Angela Flores. Now, Angela Flores' notoriety came to her about 8 days ago. Yesterday would have been a week ago. So today we are 8 days later. On Mother's Day, to be exact, she had some sort of a psychotic break or episode that ended in her slaying 3 of her young children. Now, she actually has 7 kids in total. We're going to get into all of that. So, spirit guides, holy angels, and ancestors, gather around. Tonight, we're going to go to West Hills, California. Shuffle that again. We're going to go to West Hills, California, in the San Fernando Valley. When we get there, we are wanting to go to the zip code of 91307. I want to be there on the evening of May the 7th. Start the clock at 10 p.m. on May the 7th. We're in the zip code of 91307, and we are in the 22,000 block of Victory Boulevard. That is a big block, because the whole thing is actually 22500 block. So I'm just going to call it the 22,000 block of Victory Boulevard. Inside of this home is a woman named Angela Flores. She's 38 years old. There are 4 young children inside with her. One is a 12-year-old girl named Natalie. Another is a 10-year-old boy named Kevin. And next we have an 8-year-old named Nathan. And there was a 16-year-old there as well, but they're keeping his name private for now because he actually was involved. The spirit guys, what I'm wanting to understand is when Angela Flores had this episode that caused her to slay her kids, was this real spiritual warfare or just a psychotic break? And again, we are in the 22,000 block of Victory Boulevard in the zip code of 91307. We're asking about Angela Flores. It's the evening of May the 7th. It's a Saturday evening. All right, we got 3. Just need one more. All right, so the police were called at 1 a.m. All right, we have all 4 to begin with. All right, so let me finish telling you what happened. So the police were called to the 22,000 block around 1 a.m. on Mother's Day, May the 8th. When they got there, they took the woman into custody because, she was rolling around in the grass asking about her Bible. And the neighbors said that she had screamed out a few times that her family was trying to kill her and stuff like that, and that she was lighting candles on other people's porches. So at 1 a.m., the police come, they take her away. They come back to the house at 8 a.m. and discover the 3 bodies of her children, Natalie, Kevin, and Nathan. So we're going to try to figure out what went on there. All right. Got the story out. The first card up is the Knight of Cups. They're pointing out that he's drinking something. Right there. Oh, right there. He's drinking something. All right, I'm going to clarify it. Let's keep going to see the other 4. All right, the next card up is the King of Wands. I never noticed this blue house back here. They're referencing this blue house right there that I never even knew was back there this whole time. It's a pretty big house. All right. Next we have the 4 of Swords. Ooh, this is a good clue here. All right. She's sleeping, but she's holding this weapon right here. They're saying that what happened had always been inside her, but it was dormant. Like, I haven't used the word dormant in forever. Like, I guess she always harbored these ill will or these psychotic feelings or something. But they say it was dormant. 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 I guess it's like something being malignant. It's there, but it's not doing anything. But it might. All right. The next card is the Nine of Cups. Let's see what's on here. Now they're pointing out that right here in the corner, right there, is a pack of cigarettes. I don't know what a pack of cigarettes have to do with this, but that's what they're pointing out in this card. It could be indicating that she smoked something, because we have the first card that says she drinks something. Now they're showing a pack of cigarettes. All right, so let's start clarifying and see what these cards mean. All right, so we're going to start out with what was being drank or what was being consumed in a liquid form. All right, and to clarify that, we're going to attempt to use the Beauty of Horror, but if they do not like it, I will switch to another deck. If the cards fall to the floor, I only take the ones that fall face down, and if too many come out, I take the top and the bottom. All right, Spirit, thank you for showing me so many things about this evening, but you're showing me in particular that, didn't read the question out, you're showing me in particular that Angela Flores drank something on the evening of May the 7th. We start the clock at 10 p.m. The police are called at 1 a.m. They come back, discover the bodies at 8 a.m. So right now, we're going to start the clock at 10 p.m. on May the 7th. This is roughly 3 hours before the event. You showed me that Angela drank something. Can you tell me more about what was... Oops. All right. Now this is interesting here. I couldn't figure out why they were showing me this card. Like, the Six of Coins, what does this have to do with anything? But right here, right there, he's sprinkling something out of his hand, and these people are picking it up. This is less about the people picking it up and less about him. It's more about these little sprinkles. So the drink was spiked in some fashion. All right. I'm going to ask one more question about this drink, and then we're going to move on. I had my coffee going this morning. I had iced coffee because it's hot up here in upstate New York. We don't get the 70s too often. It's kind of hot. All right, Spirit, I would like to ask you a question now about the sprinkles that are in the drink. I picked up this Hermetic deck, but now they're suggesting this Tarot and Wonderland deck, so we'll go with that one. All right, Spirit, you showed me that something was sprinkled into the drink on the evening of May the 10th at 7 p.m., or it could have just been a little shot of something, but all right. This flipped over. It's the Two of Swords. We are inquiring about that drink that had something in it. They're showing me that she's blindfolded here. So even though, like, she's holding these two swords, the Two of Swords is about a choice. She's holding two swords and she's blindfolded. they always say your life is one decision away from being completely different. And I don't think she realized what was going to happen because even though she's making a choice here, she's blindfolded. All right, so we got the drink out the way. It was something in there for sure. Just a little bit of whatever it was in there. All right, so the next card that came out was the King of Wands, and they were showing us this blue house back there. So let's see who lives in the blue house or what's going on with this house. Because she is divorced. She divorced in 2007, and she has 7 kids. So that is a lot going on for one person. They're not. The other 3 kids are with the father. So she killed 3. 1 helped, and the other 3 were with the father. That's a whole total of 7 children. Angela was busy. All right, Spirit, you're showing me more about the event that happened on May the 8th of 2022 in the 22,000 block of Victory Boulevard. We're in the zip code of 91307. We're asking about Angela Flores, who's 38 years old, and she's slain 3 of her children. You show me a blue house here. It's a rather big house. It's pushed back. Who's inside of this house, or what's the significance of... It's the darn card. It was turning over so fast. Look at there a minute. All right, when I was asking about this blue house, try to straighten it out. They showed me this King of Cups. Now, it is my thought that the King of Cups lives in this blue house. Because there are 2 kings. The King of Cups clarified the King of Wands. It would be my guess that the blue house might belong to the ex-husband. I don't know if he got remarried or not. Let's ask more about the blue house that the King of Cups lives in. All right, Spirit, we're not in the zip code of 91307 right now. We are in the unknown zip code where this blue house is located. Can you tell me more about this blue house and what... All right. The 2 of Wands comes out. Now, the 2 of Wands is not about choices. The 2 of Wands is about results. And as you can see, this is a checkerboard that she's standing on. And I'm not going to say it's all about a game, but when you play chess or checkers, or if you wait for results, you have to, in order to get a result, you have to do an action. Like, tick for tack. So it's starting to look like she's slaying these children to get a reaction from this King of Cups character, which is more than likely the ex-husband. All right, well, let's see what reaction she got. We're going to ask how he feels about this, since they keep referencing him. All right, and to do that, we're going to go over to the spider deck. But you've shown me a little bit inside of Angela's mind right now. But a lot of this had to do with her ex-husband, or the person who lives in the big blue house. Did her slaying her children get the reaction that she wanted? What are the ex-husband's thoughts about this event? Can you get into his energy and tell me how he feels? What came out is a kept secret. So he's not telling people how he feels. You know, men don't talk about their feelings that much, so I'm not surprised. Or she never did get that reaction she wanted. Because if he did have a reaction, he kept it to himself or talked to other people about it, not her. All right, Angela. Now let's go to this dormant card that says she always had it inside of her somewhere. We just didn't know it. I would like to know more about this. I don't know how I'm still sweating in front of the fan while drinking iced coffee. Lord. Hot flashes are a special type of torture. All right. Spirit, we are digging into the affairs of Angela Flores as they happened on May the 7th and May the 8th. We are now closer to the event. The Page of Swords popped out. And as soon as it popped out, this is the 16-year-old son that helped. Now we're going to dig into more. I don't know why he popped out on her being dormant. Or maybe it was in him too. I was trying to ask, how did this all start? Spirit, as we are digging into Angela Flores' affairs, who lives in the zip code of 91307, 22,000 block of Victory Boulevard in the San Fernando Valley. You show me that she has something that has been inside of her for quite a while, these, I guess, homicidal tendencies. Oops. All right. I see it. Homicidal tendencies. Another page. And this is the surrounded by garbage card, too. So there's always so much garbage in the background. The way they are explaining this to me, it'd be almost impossible to explain it, but I'm going to try. Okay, so there are these things, I guess it's not like a possession or like you're not going to need an exorcist or anything, but there are these other spirits called attachments that can kind of attach themselves to you if you're like lonely or sad, and you actually call out for them without knowing. Like, you know, when you might say yourself, I just wish somebody would just talk to me, and then all of a sudden it's here, and you have to realize it's there to get rid of it. But this dormant thing that was inside of her was an attachment. I actually had an attachment when I was a young girl that was, I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah, it was pretty explicit. But this was an attachment to her. This also reminds me of the Catherine Janess murder that happened in Piedmont Park. The person that slayed her had an attachment. So this attachment has been with her for quite a while. I don't know if it'll help, but let's ask where it came from. And if you have an attachment, you definitely don't want to be drinking or smoking or being influenced by anything, because it will take over. All right. Let's talking about the attachment taking over. And these three cards came out. We have a greedy man, a dominating man, and they come from this organization or this place. This place here, it could be like her family home or her childhood home, or, you know, some place that she went to regularly that was an official standard place. It could be school, it could have been church, but it came from some place that she visited quite often, and this attachment is a male. A very, unsavory character. And you don't be afraid, because you can get rid of attachments. And you don't have to do a whole exorcism thing. I watch a lot of, it's another YouTube channel called Alba Weinman. who does QHHT therapy, and she helps people get rid of attachments. All right, well, I'm glad we figured out what it was, because I was wondering, why does this lady just kill her kids like that and then make one of them help? All right, so let's move on to the cigarettes, or what was being smoked. Because I've heard horror stories about people smoking Spice or K2 or whatever that fake weed is, and they go psychotic. All right, so let's see what was smoked. All right, Spirit, you show me how it happened and why it happened. But there's one little part, oh, that didn't go right. But there's one little part left to understand. Even though she consumed something and there was an attachment, you're showing me a pack of cigarettes, or something was smoked, or someone was smoking. Can you tell me more about this? The smoke that was consumed or in the air? Tell me about the cigarettes. Not in there? Let's look over here. Alright. I'm going to try to use the Nightmare Before Christmas to see what exactly was smoked. Alright, Spirit, it is May the 8th. We're in the zip code of 91307. 22,000 block of Victory Boulevard. We're in Los Angeles, the West Hills to be exact. Angela Flores is there with 4 of her children. Something is being smoked. Oh. All right. What came up? All right, I'm going to try to finish right quick because my internet is acting sketchy. All right, so for some reason I'm focusing on this little man right here that's like wrapped up like a mummy. To me, they're showing me like when you roll a joint, it has like these little creases in it. And this little slit right here is a little something extra. Yeah, this little boy with this present, believe it or not, represents a joint. And this tiny little slit that his eye is poking out of right here. Looks like something special was added. Yeah, it's definitely, it was a joint. Something rolled on paper. It wasn't a traditional cigarette. All right, we better leave it there. I am Cleopatra Wallace. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next.